Friday the 14th. Hurricane Florence is coming, but not necessarily to here. And I'm out here working on my Darth Vader armor. Gonna be doing some sanding. So I'm gonna start out with 80 grit. I'm not sure that that's gonna be the right size or the right grit for this project. So I'm going to try to start on the back side just to make sure I don't tear it apart. I think that's going to work. Pretty loud though. I think I'm going to get some hearing protection. Alright, I can't find my hearing protection anymore, or right now, because my garage is way too a mess. So a lot of times what you can do is just take some paper towel or tissue paper, wet it a little bit, put it in your ears, stuff it in there good, and that will serve to some degree of hearing protection. So what I'm trying to do here is, I don't know, you can probably see all the little lines here. What I'm trying to do is trying to take out those lines, because when it gets painted, you're really going to see it. So let's see if I can get that. Yeah. So I'm using the 80 grit right now to take out most of these lines, and that's what we're working on. All right, the 80 grit's not really doing a whole lot. I'm gonna try this 60 grit. I was worried that the 80 grit was gonna cause a lot of problems, actually really bear down and take away a lot of material. All right, this is more the size. All right, this is the 80 grit. All right, 60 grit. Working it. This has a really rough edge, and so I'm working on the edge a little bit. Also, don't want to really lose the definition of some of these fine lines. But you can see on this print, basically, it had a problem right here on this one line. I'm just trying to take that out just a little bit. I might be able to fill that in a little bit, but I'm trying to take out most of the 3D printing lines right now. So it's getting there. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to take away all the structure that's in the armor. Essentially this is kind of a thin wall. I don't know if you can sort of, each one of these, I'm going to break out a piece. Yeah. But anyway, you can sort of see that it's about that thin. You see it's in the side there. So I don't want to sand away too much. This is my other armor piece. Going to be working on next. I decided to leave it on all the scaffold, so it'd be easy to sand and paint and all that. This one was a different animal because it had broken in a couple spots, but I'm hoping we can use it fine. All right, that's really rough right now, but there we go. Really rough, but you can see a lot of the lines are all taken out now. But once we start using the finer and finer grit, then it'll be much better and better and better. But I still got a few more lines to take out. I don't know if you can see this, but that's kind of dipped right there, right in there. have to be very careful to get those out, because I don't want to take away the detail either. If you sand too long on one spot, it'll start to melt. So you have to be careful about that. And sometimes your sandpaper starts to wear down. Luckily, this is triangle type sandpaper, and you can just use another corner. So good. That part right there is at the very top of the print. So I don't know if you can see that. This is probably going to be the worst area to try to sand down. So I'm going to try to get it all out. I might use a file on it. I'm gonna go get a file. So we got a rat file, round, and we got a half round file. Give that a shot. But this PLA is pretty hard to file anyway. Rat file is doing too much damage. It's not doing much. All right. I originally had the idea just to leave it in the printed, unsanded area, just to show that it was 3D printed. But I've got so many things that are 3D printed. It seems like, what's the point? Might as well go for it. This is a lot of work. You may be wondering what happened here. Well, this is where, when this was printing, it had good scaffolding here, and just a thin line of scaffolding here. And so when it was printing, it kept on going back and forth when it was printing, so it didn't do very hot right there. So I'm gonna try to fill it in and see if we can get it worked out. Sanding first. Looking pretty good. Got a few more details to take care of, but overall, looking pretty good.